I'm in Florida. Daytona Beach, to be precise, for what I'm reliably informed is the biggest badass biker bash on the planet, Bike Week. Mind you, they also told me to expect blazing sunshine. So, where are all the bikes? Well, they're probably still parked up in downtown Daytona at that time of the morning. Daytona's a bit like Blackpool, only not as sophisticated. The party goes on all night, and the hangovers feel like somebody parked a pickup truck on your head. It's simple, really. You get hot weather, hot bikes, and some women who are obviously feeling rather warm themselves. And you get 500,000 people for 1 week every year. Most of them are here on Main Street, where you'll find bars selling by far the weakest and wateriest beer I've ever tasted, interspersed with emporiums selling overpriced tat for weekend warriors who need an off-the-peg attitude. What it is a kind of bandana-wearing, pierced and tattooed version of Disneyland for the sort of people who love to wear leather trousers with no bottom in them.
Take me right back to the track, Jack.
Back in the 20s, Daytona was just another race meet. Young guns on US-built bikes with legendary but long-forgotten names like Indian, Henderson and Excelsior. But today, with only Harley-Davidson left making bikes the American way, things have changed.
Some people come for the race and some people come for this. And I come for the bikes. Not everybody's out here for the racing. Some people are out here for the old bikes.
I haven't gone to the races because I come down here to ride my bike.
What about that?
It's a big part of it.
I could see his point, but I really wanted to see some racing. So I decided to ask some local race fans. Excuse me, ladies, you wouldn't happen to know where the racing is, would you?
About 5 miles that way.
Thank you, sir. Yes. Racing? It's over there. Thank you. Bye-bye. Never ask a dirty rat for directions. Still, while I got lost and the Cocoa Beach Pipers ran through a medley of ZZ Top's greatest hits, I did get to go up at some of the stunning machinery lined up for the Rat's Hole Custom Show. It's as if the Japanese motorcycle industry never happened. And if a Harley-Davidson just isn't enough motorcycle for you, then how about something that weighs as much as a fire engine and has a 300 horsepower V8 out of a truck? Go on, you know you want one. Or perhaps you prefer one of these. It'll be nice when it's finished. Or not. You know, I can actually see the advantages of having a motorcycle made entirely from wood. You wouldn't have to wash it, just give it a coat of creosote every 12 months. And as it doesn't go anywhere, you wouldn't have to worry about falling off it or getting it stolen. Although obviously woodworm and Dutch elm disease could be a worry. Bill Clinton claims he didn't inhale, but I'll bet these boys did. What is it? Well, I should have thought that was obvious. It's a top hat wearing, Harley-Davidson powered, motorised Screaming Skull. And as Screaming Skulls go, it's awfully nice inside, with leather and wood and a TV screen and what on earth am I talking about?
The owner of the vehicle is something he dreamed about 3 years ago and commissioned us to build it, and we started on it 7 weeks ago.
7 weeks from start to finish?
7 weeks from a napkin drawing to what you see.
7 weeks isn't nearly long enough to build a bike for the strangest class in the show. Because a rat bike isn't built, it kind of evolves. And some take decades to reach this state of rattiness. How long have you owned this motorcycle?
Well, I paid $125 for it back in October of 1969 off the Birmingham, Alabama Police Department, Birmingham, Alabama.
So, you've had it nearly 30 years. How many miles do you think you've done on it?
Well, this is number 16 transmission sprocket, and it's only got one tooth left. So how many miles is that? This has been since 1986. Yeah, it's the love of my life. People ask me all the time why I'm not bothered to sell it and buy myself a new one. I said, well, out of 5 wives, I don't know, 25, 30 girlfriends, this is the only thing they didn't take when they went out the door.
Dale, Dale, I think this is my favourite bike in the whole show. Tell us about it.
Well, thank you. Well, this bike here is the very beginning of the evolution of the Harley custom motorcycle. This was done by an individual on the West Coast, and this is an original cut down, a 70-year-old bike.
So this is the sort of street bike that some young blood might have come to Daytona on back in the 30s.
Sure, back in those days, the Indian clan and the Harley clan is having it out on the local streets. And these bikes here are modified for better cornering, lower center of gravity, and just all-around speedster. They weren't made for comfort, just speed, you know.
Let's do something incredibly difficult, Dale. Let's try and start this motorcycle.
You need some airbrush done on your leathers or on your nose.
Now that's what I call a proper motorbike. But the days when prototype teenagers tore up the tarmac on the Milwaukee-made twins are, I'm sad to say, long gone.
Astounding. Time is fleeting.
These days, the Harley experience is an altogether more middle-aged affair. You get the feeling some of them are only here because they'd look daft playing golf in a leather vest.
Doing the time warp. Drinking those moments when the blackness would hit me and the void would be calling. Let's do time warp again. Let's do time warp.
I got it right! This year, Bike Week saw something very rare indeed. An all-new American motorcycle, the Excelsior Henderson. Well, Dad, it's certainly a good-looking motorcycle, very much influenced by those old bikes from what? Maybe the 30s and 40s, yeah?
Yes, certainly. Actually, the company started in 1876 and produced its first motorcycle in 1905. Very innovative for their time, and then ceased production in the Great Depression here in America in 1931.
And you and your brother have decided to bring it back. Tell me about these front forks. What's going on there?
It's a signature styling icon of Excelsior Henderson, and is to have the forks pierced in the front fender. We can have a lot of fun with that piercing effect. So,
can I find out how good this motorcycle sounds? In other words, can I start it?
Well, certainly, give it a start.
He'd let me start it, but he wouldn't let me ride it. Still, I had heard that down the street they were doing test rides of a new bike from Oklahoma. Called the Cannon, it weighs in at over 1,000 pounds and is powered by a 6-litre Ford V8. Oh, great. I've been in Daytona a few days now and I haven't actually ridden a bike. Do you think I could have a go on yours? Take it away. Right. Okay. If you fancy one of these monstrous devices, the prices start at around $20,000. He's already sold 100 in America, but there are no plans to export them to countries like ours, where we have corners. Now this is what I call an extreme machine. Only in America, right? But you know what the really scary thing is? I think I like it. I did eventually make it out to the racetrack, just as Bike Week's big race, the 200, had finished. I'm told a Yamaha one, which is why what was once the main attraction is now something of a sideshow. You see, Americans firmly believe that it isn't so much the taking part, it's the winning. So until a Harley wins the 200 again, or the Earth is destroyed by a giant meteor, come race day you'll find the good old boys down on Main Street, supping on suds. For most of these guys, Daytona is more about urban cowboys crisscrossing this huge continent on their iron horses. And as a Brit from Bury, I don't really understand all that stuff. Anyway, the TT is in June, that's the Atlantic Ocean, so the Isle of Man should be more or less over there. See you for a pint in Douglas.
Take me right back to the track, Jack.
Next week, we've got the power, the JD Power, the survey where you tell us how good your car really is. But before that, don't miss the best action from the world of racing and rallying on Top Gear Motorsport when it returns next Monday, the 6th of April, at a new time of 2:10 in the afternoon.
And Tiff takes to the track.